Hello, welcome everyone. Today we are doing quadratic inequalities based on the set questions. Today we are doing the simple, mostly in set, digital set, you will see the questions on linear inequalities. Even the harder questions you will see on linear inequalities. On quadratic inequalities, they will not give you too many mix and combinations. Maximum these type of questions you will find. The theory I have already covered. You can find my video on my channel. I have explained you the basics. Even in your academic syllabus, it's gonna definitely help you. Now today let me do some questions which will definitely going to help you in sets. See, I already have made the videos and I'm making the videos. Every videos will have some questions, some set of questions. So I'm not saying that on only one video I'm covering all the types of questions, but I'm trying to. So, and every video has a different level. That means after the theory you have to go through this one, and accordingly I have named it part 1, part 2, so that you will go through these videos as per, just like you have a syllabus. It's a well defined syllabus. They intentionally put first topic, second topic, third topic, such that when you reach to last topic you'll be able to know how we are solving it, what all these things. Similarly, I have designed accordingly. So let me start with the first one. Since we have already covered it, so I'm not going to the basics and the theory. I'm just directly applying it, just refreshing your concept quickly. In quadratic inequalities, we first calculate the roots of the given equation. Just like here, whatever be the root come out to be, this will be a root 1 and root 2 root. That means solution. Then I'll draw a curve. This curve is divided into three different regions. This is a positive region, this is a positive region, and this is a negative region. If your inequality is greater than or greater than equals to, we'll choose positive region. And if your inequality is lesser than or lesser than equals to, we'll choose the negative. So let me start with the question. Our first aim is to find the roots, that is the solution, the values of x1 and x2. For that, I equate x squared minus x minus 220 equals 0. This can be factorized as x minus 5 and x plus 4, because the product of two numbers should be minus 20 and sum should be negative 1, and that's minus 5 and 4. From here, I'll get x1 as negative 5 and x2 as negative 4. So when I plot it, it will be like this. This is negative 4, this is positive 5. As I told you, it's divided into positive, positive, and a negative reason. Depending upon the question, what reason we have to select. So it says x squared minus x minus 20 greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, that means I will select a positive reason. Greater than, that means we are looking for the y that should be greater than 0. Y is greater than 0 above. That means this positive reason. So my answer will be all the values of x that are lesser than negative 4 and all the values of x that are greater than 5 will be the solution of this inequality. So I can write my final answer be x should be lesser than negative 4 or x should be greater than 5. Now for the next question, we have to do the same thing. That means we first need to find the roots. So roots are x squared minus 4x plus 3. So I need to find two values. The product should be 3 and sum is negative 4. Those two values are negative 3 and negative 1. So x minus 3, x minus 4. That means x1 is 3 and x2 is 4. So when I draw it, it will be 3 here, 4 here. Draw the curve. Now, this is less than equals to. That means this negative reason should be our focus. And this negative reason is between 3 and 4. So, my final inequality or the range of this inequality will be that x should be greater than equals 3 and less than equals 4. Even the inequality sign will depend on your question. It was less than equals to, right? That's why in my range it was equals to. I am including 3 and 4. Whereas in this inequality it was just greater than. That means we were not supposed to include 0 or that value, and that's why here we are excluding negative 4 and 5. Next, 5x squared minus 8x minus 4. I have to think of two numbers. Their product should be 5 into negative 4. That means negative 20. And sum should be negative 8. So those two numbers are, product should be negative 20, sum should be negative 8. It can be, you can think of like this. 20 can be split into 2 into 10. Okay. If product is negative, that means one number should be negative. And if sum is negative, that means greater number is negative. So obviously two numbers are negative 10 and positive 2. Negative 10 and positive 2 is negative 8 and their product is negative 20. So I need to split the middle term. Here I was directly writing, this was just a short trick. If the coefficient of x squared is 1, so whatever two values that you are selecting, directly put in the bracket. Just see the first question. I have selected two numbers as minus 5 and 4. So I directly made that two factors, x minus 5 and x plus 4. But here I am not going to do this. In this question, the coefficient of x squared, that is the number written with x squared, is 5, not 1. And in that case, I need to do the conventional method, that means splitting the middle term. So 5x squared and minus 8x can be written as minus 10 and positive 2. So minus 10x plus 2x minus 4 greater than equals 0. Or because we are calculating only roots, so just equate it to 0. Make the pair. So take out 5x as common, answer will be x minus 2. Take out 2 as common, answer will be x minus 2. From here, two factors are 5x plus 2 times x minus 2 is equals to 0. So you'll get x as negative 2 over 5 and x is equals to positive 2. So your two values are negative 2 over 5 and positive 2. So when you draw, you'll get negative 2 over 5 and positive 2. Same positive, positive and negative reason. Because our inequality is greater than equals to, so definitely I have to select positive reason. Positive reason is all the values that are lesser than negative 2 over 5 and all the values that are greater than 2. So final, my inequality will be x is less than equals negative 2 over 5 or x should be greater than equals to 2. This will be our final answer. Now coming to this one. Same. Product should be 7 into 4. That means 28. Whereas sum should be 16. So sum should be 16 and product should be 28. Apart from 7 into 4, 14 into 2 is also two numbers. 14 plus 2 is 16. 14 into 2 is 28. So I can split 16 as 14x and 2x. So 7x squared, only split the middle term. So it's going to be 14x plus 2x plus 4 equals 0. Now making the pairs. Taking out 7x as common, remaining would be x plus 2. And here taking 2 out as common, remaining would be x plus 2. In these two terms, definitely x plus 2 is a common number or common factor. So x plus 2 taking out and 7x plus 2. From here, I can get what I'm doing. I just need to equate each of the factor to 0. So x plus 2 equals to 0 gives me x1 as negative 2 and 7x plus 2 equals to 0 will give me negative 2 over 7. When I plot it here, the two roots will be negative 2 and negative 2 over 7. Same positive, negative, positive reason. Obviously, because it's a lesser than 0, so we need to go for a negative reason. Negative reason is this one. So my values of x will be all the values of x that are in between negative 2 to negative 2 over 7. So final answer will be x should be greater than negative 2 but lesser than negative 2 over 7. This will be your answer, and red ones are all the answer for each question. Now moving on to the next one. Solve the following inequalities. See, here they have given in a form of a completing square part. And if it's in a form of completing square part, important thing is this is a completing square part. That means it definitely looks like a times x plus b whole squared plus c. Definitely this is called completing square method, which is used to calculate the turning points. Turning points, we know parabola is like this. Wherever it is taking turn, this point, that is also called your vertex. Maximum point, minimum point, it has several names. Stationary points, they all means the same. This is calculated by completing the square method. Algebraically you can calculate like this. So if your question is in this format, don't expand it first and then convert into a quadratic and then solve. No, it will definitely going to waste your time. Let me show you how can you directly solve the values. We only need to calculate the roots. That means here, if it's x minus 4 whole squared minus 25 equals 0. So what I have seen a student, they do like this. They expand it. X squared minus 8x plus 16 minus 25. Then x squared minus 8x minus 9. And then they solve. No, don't do that. You can directly solve it from here, because this is also one of the method of solving quadratic equation. Just bring 25 here. So x minus 4 whole squared is equals to 25. Now take the root to both the sides. So x minus 4 is equals to root of 25 is, don't do this mistake. Root of 25 is not just 5. Root of 25 is either can be 5 or it can be negative 5. We always get two answers. Quadratics gives us two answers. So x squared is equals to 25 is also a quadratic. When we take root, we'll get two different answers. On taking root, I'll get first as 5 or I can get negative 5. If I solve x minus 4 equals 5, I'll get x1 as 9. And if I solve x minus 4 equals negative 5, I'll get x2 as negative 1. You can directly get the answer from here, which is way more simpler than to expand it and then to solve it. We have our roots. So 1 is negative 5, 1 is negative 1. Like this. Same positive, negative, positive reason. Because it's a greater than 0, so what values I'll select? All the values that are lesser than negative 5 and all the values that are greater than negative 1. So I can say that x should be less than negative 5 and x should be greater than negative 1. Moving on to the next one. 4 times x plus half whole squared minus 14 less than equals 0. Same, I'll do 4 times x plus half whole squared equals 49. Then divide both the sides. Don't take root right here. Divide both the sides by 4. We need to remove this thing. So x plus half whole squared is equals to 49 over 4. Now take the root to both the sides. You'll get x plus half is equals to first positive 7 over 2. Second, x plus half equals negative 7 over 2, because root of 49 over 4 is 7 over 2. Whenever you take root of anything, you will get two answers, positive and a negative. If you solve this one, x1 will be 7 by 2 minus half, which is 3. And if you solve this one, minus 7 over 2 minus half, which is negative 4. So the two values that we'll get are positive 3 and negative 4. So it will be -4 and +3. Again, same thing. It's divided into positive, negative, and positive reason. Because inequality is lesser than equals to 0, that means I need to select the negative reason. This is a negative reason. And all the values of x that are in between -4 and 3 I have to select. So answer is gonna be all the values of x that are greater than equals to -4 and less than equals to 3. Now solving this one, same I'll do. X minus 5 whole squared is equals to 49. Brought 49 to right hand side. Take root to both the sides. X minus 5 equals +7. X minus 5 is equals to -7. From here, when you solve this one, you'll get x1 is equals to 12 because you have shifted 5 to right hand side. When you solve this one, you will get x minus 5 equals -7. So when you bring -5, always remember whenever you transpose, change the sign. So -7 plus 5 will give you -2. x2 is -2. We have two roots. -7, +2 and 12. Same. Positive, negative, positive. Inequality is less than equals 0. Less than equals 0, that means this negative reason. This negative reason is lying between -2 to 12. So my final answer will be all the values of x that are greater than equals to -2 and less than equals to 12. Now coming to this one, x plus 3 whole squared is equals to 9. Take root to both the sides. X plus 3. First you'll get +3 and next you'll get -3. When you solve x plus 3 equals 3, you'll get x1 as 0. When you solve x plus 3 equals -3, you'll get x2 as -6. So our two roots are 0 and -6. So I'll plot here 0 and -6. And my parabola will go like this. Because it's less than 0, definitely we need to select the negative reason. That means it should lie between x greater than -6 and less than 0. So final answer is x greater than -6 and less than 0. Now moving on to the next question. In this, first you have to separate all the terms on one side and then solve it. So it's similar to the previous one. Only extra thing is you need to brought every term on one side. So from here, what you need to do, x squared plus 4x. Now bring -2x to left hand side plus 2x. While transposing, change the sign. -5 to left hand side plus 5. And there's nothing remaining on right hand side, so it will be 0. X squared plus 6x plus 5 less than 0. It's a very simple quadratic. You can easily understand what will be the two numbers. Their product should be 5 and sum should be 6. 5 and 1. Simple. So I can write x plus 5 times x plus 1 equals 0. So your x1 will be -5 and x2 is equals to -1. So when I draw my curve, one value is -5, one value is -1. Positive, negative, positive. Question is less than 0. So definitely you have to select the negative reason, which is this one. So all the values of x that are lying in between -5 and -1 will be your answer. So final answer would be the value of x is, it should be greater than -5 and lesser than -1. Now solving similarly, bringing x here, bringing -1 here. So when you bring x here, 2x squared plus 4x, x will change its sign and will become -x. When you bring -1, it will change its sign and will become +1, greater than equals to 0. This can be further solved as 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 greater than equals 0. It's very simple. Product should be 2 and sum should be 3. Yes, 2 and 1. That's it. But the coefficient of x squared is 2. So I can't write x plus 2 and x plus 1 be my factors. I need to split the middle term. So 2x squared plus 2x plus x plus 1 equals 0. So what you need to do is just make the pairs. Taking out 2x as common, x plus 1 will be the remaining. And here I can take out 1 as common because there is nothing common between x and 1. So answer will be x plus 1 equals 0. So here it will be 2x plus 1 times x plus 1. I can say x1 be -half and x2 be -1. I'm just going a little bit faster because we have already done the basics and many questions before. So I assume now you're all aware of how to solve it. So your roots are -half and -1. So you'll draw like this. Same, positive, positive, negative. What is our inequality? Greater than equals 0. If it's greater than equals 0, I need to select the positive reason, this and this. That means I have to select all the values of x that are lesser than equals -1 or x that are greater than equals -half will be our answer. Now the question is x plus 3 over 2 less than equals 5 over x. To solve it, we need to cross multiply to simplify the equation. So cross multiply, you'll get, and let me replace inequality sign with equals to get the value of x1 and x2. X plus 3 over 2 is equals to 5 over x. Cross multiply, x times x plus 3 is equals to 5 times 2. X squared plus 3x equals 10. Bring it on left hand side. X squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. We have to find two numbers. Their product should be -10 and sum should be 3x, 3. So definitely these two numbers are no doubt 5 and -2. 5 and -2 because if you multiply them together, you'll get -10 and on adding you'll get 3. So value of x1 is -5 and x2 is +2. Same, I need to draw it here. My two roots are -5 and +2. Since inequality is what? When I simplified it, my inequality was x squared plus 3x minus 10 less than equals 0. So less than equals 0, that means the negative reason I have to select. So my answer would be all the values of x that lies in between -5 and 2, and this time including -5 and 2 as well. So x should be less than equals to and greater than equals -5. Now x plus 1 over 5 greater than equals 3 over x plus 1. Cross multiplying, x plus 1 over 5. X minus 1 will go there and 5 into 3. This will be x squared minus 1. If you simplify x plus 1 times x minus 1, you will get x squared minus 1 greater than equals 15, or x squared negative 16 greater than equals 0. If you brought or bring 15 to left hand side, it will become negative. This is your final inequality. Now we need to find the value. So need to replace inequality with equals to sign. X squared minus 16 is x plus 4 and x minus 4. These are the two factors. Two numbers, there are two ways by which you can do. You can think of two numbers, their product should be negative 16 and sum should be 0, and that is 4 and negative 4. As well as a squared minus b squared is a format which can directly be written as a plus b times a minus b. So you can say that my one value be positive 4 and second value be negative 4. When I draw it, it's negative 4, it's positive 4. Our curve is here. We have to look out for the inequality greater than 0. Greater than 0, that means I have to select the positive reason. So I can say my answer would be all the values of x that are lesser than equals negative 4 or the values that are greater than equals 4 is the solution of this quadratic inequality. Moving on to the next one. This is a word problem. If height of a triangle is 3 centimeters more than the base of the triangle, then you need to find the possible values of x if hypotenuse should be less than 9 centimeters. Now, find the all possible values of x, and x here is your base basically. So, this is a triangle. Let's say this is a triangle. If the height of the triangle is 3 centimeters more than the base of the base is x and height will be x plus 3. Now, what they are saying, find the possible value of x is hypotenuse should be less than 9. It should be less than 9 centimeters hypotenuse. Whenever we talk about the right triangles, we have to apply Pythagoras. If only sides are included. If angles are included, then it will be tan, sine and cos. But here no angle is included. It's just the sides. So apply Pythagoras theorem, which says the sum of the squares of the legs of a right angle triangle is always equals to hypotenuse. But hypotenuse should be less than 9 centimeters. That means we know Pythagoras theorem says this should be hypotenuse. And also hypotenuse should be less than equals 9. So what does this mean? It means first I need to calculate hypotenuse. First, these are two. One is equation, one is two inequality. I need to make the same. Now focus. To make here in our equation it's h squared. That's why I need to make h squared. So what I'm doing, I'm squaring equation 2. Squaring equation 2 will give me h squared less than equals 81. Right. Then we know h squared is equals to x squared plus x plus 3 whole squared. So in place of h squared, I can write x squared plus x plus 3 whole squared. Why? Because they are equal. If I say apple is equals to mango, so I can replace apple with mango or mango with apple because they both are equal. Or suppose there is a competition and anyone can participate whose age is 13 and there's only one seat remaining. So anyone who's of age 13 can participate, right? In that one seat, he or she can be allotted in that seat. So that's the replacement. Similarly, h squared is equals to x squared plus x plus 3 whole squared. So I can replace h squared with x squared plus x plus 3 whole squared less than equals 81. Let me solve this. X squared. If you expand x plus 3 whole squared, you will get x squared plus 6x plus 9 less than equals 81. Bring it here. 2x squared plus 6x and 9 minus 81 is 72. Negative 72 less than equals 0. I can take out 2 out as common or divide both the sides by 2. We'll get x squared plus 3x minus 36 less than equals 0. Now you have to think of two numbers. Their product should be negative 36 and sum should be 3. So 36 can be splitted into what? 12 into 3, right? 12 into 3, or it can be splitted into 6 into 6, or it can be splitted into 18 into 2, 4 into 9. These are all possible combinations, but none of them can give me the sum as positive 3. So better is we opt the quadratic formula method to get the answer, which is minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac by 2a. ABC are corresponding coefficients ax squared plus bx plus c, which is a standard equation. So I can say a is here 1, b is coefficient of x, which is 3, and c is constant, which is 36. Minus 3 plus minus root of 3 squared is 9 minus 4 into negative 36 over 2. Minus 3 plus minus root 36 into 4 is 144. 9 plus 144 over 2. Minus 3 plus minus root 144 plus 9 is 153 over 2. So either you can find the value, approximate value, or leave it like in a third form. Your answer will be, the two values of x will be minus 3 minus root 153 by 2. This plus minus means one value of x will be plus and one value of x you'll get when you have a minus. So minus 3 minus root 153 by 2 and minus 3 plus root 153 by 2 are the two values. Now when I draw it the same, it will be divided into three reasons: positive, negative. But our inequality was lesser than equals. That means we need to select the negative reason. So value of x will lie in between. That is, x should be greater than equals to negative 3 negative root 153 by 2, and x should be less than equals to negative 3 plus root 153 by 2. Moving on to the next question. If width of the rectangle is 3 more than 2 times of its length, then find all the integers values of length when the area is always less than equals to 5 centimeters squared. So we are talking about a rectangle. This is a rectangle. It says that width of the rectangle, suppose width of rectangle, length of, because they are asking length basically. So then find all integer value of length. L is a variable. So I need to represent L. If width of the rectangle is 3 more than 2 times of length, suppose length is L, then width will be 3 more 2 times of length. 2 times of length plus 3 will be width. Then find all the integer values of length when area is always less than equals to 5 centimeters squared. We know that area of, this is a solution, we know that area of a rectangle is length times width. Length is L and width is 2L plus 3, which then can be simplified as 2L squared plus 3L. 2L squared plus 3L is area. And they said that our second equation is area should be less than equals to 5. And area is also equals to 2L squared plus 3L. So I can substitute it. In place of A, I can write 2L squared plus 3L. So I can substitute value of A here, since A is equals to 2L squared plus 3L. So 2L squared plus 3L less than equals negative 5. Bring it to left hand side. 2L squared plus 3L negative 5 less than equals 0. Now we have to find two numbers where the sum should be 3 and product is negative 10, and that the two values are what? Negative 5, positive 5 and negative 2, but need to split the middle term. So I can say 2L squared plus 5L squared minus 2L minus 5 equals 0. When we calculate the values of x1, x2 roots, we need to replace inequality with equals to sign. Find pairs. In this pair, L is common. So taking out L is common, you can write 2L plus 5. And in the next one, minus 1 is common. So here 2L plus 5. This is L minus 1 times 2L plus 5. So two values of L are L1 is 1 and L2 is negative 5 over 2. So we have to find the range. Now I need to draw it. Two values are negative 5 over 2 and 1. When I draw this curve, same, it will be divided into three different regions, positive, positive and negative. Because it should be lesser than equals 0, I need to select only the negative region. If I am selecting the negative region, that means x will be in between negative 5 to 1. So I can say I have to select all the values of x or L here. All the values of length that are greater than equals to negative 5 over 2 but lesser than equals to 1. But there is a catch. If I say length is negative 5 over 2, negative 3, it's not possible because length can never be negative. It can only be positive. So when I move on number line, 0 will be here. So I have to select all the values that are greater than 0, but I can't go beyond 1 because that's the limit. So my final answer will be that L should be greater than equals to 0 but less than and not also equals to, because length cannot be 0. If length will become 0, then obviously it cannot be 0, then you will get a straight line. So it should be greater than L 0 and less than equals to 1. That will be your final answer. So that's it for today. The remaining questions we'll be doing in part 2. If you want to enroll yourself for a demo on sets or any academic classes if you need, you just email us at exacademy@gmail.com. So that's it for today. Thank you and have a great day.